He just took little X with him to a press conference in the Oval Office.
Should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents gave him. You know what? X is an adorable name, and perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi.
Whoopi Goldberg's world collapsed in court yesterday when a judge threw the book at her for mocking Elon Musk's innocent son. The View host's face turned ghostly white as the gavel came down, ending her decades-long immunity from consequences. ABC executives scrambled to damage control as their star personality finally faced justice for crossing the ultimate red line, attacking a child. What started as another smug segment on The View has now thrown the entire show's future into question. The details of what happened next will stun you. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. The View's infamous segment that would change everything started like any other day.
Think the shrews of The View couldn't sink any lower, they go and surprise you by mocking a cute little child. As for X, well, he seems to have more sense than the ladies of The View. Here he is with his father. Apparently Elon Musk's 4-year-old son X is fair game because Whoopi, yes, Whoopi
Goldberg sat confidently at the table, surrounded by her co-hosts, completely unaware she was about to light the fuse on a career-destroying bomb. As the conversation shifted to celebrity children's names, Whoopi's expression changed from neutral to mockingly judgmental. The target? Elon Musk's innocent 4-year-old son, XAA12. What happened next was nothing short of outrageous. Whoopi didn't just mention the unusual name. She launched into a full-scale attack, rolling her eyes dramatically while the audience shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Who names their kid with a math equation? Whoopi sneered, her voice dripping with condescension. This poor child is going to be bullied his entire life because his billionaire daddy wanted to be quirky.
Goldberg has decided to mock his name.
Yesterday, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference.
You're going to love this. According to Goldberg, once I started getting parts in plays, I wanted a name that sounded more interesting.
Yes. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear any more mess about our names.
The studio audience's reaction was instantly divided. Nervous laughter mixed with visible discomfort as several viewers physically cringed. But it was Joy Behar who took the mockery to an entirely new level of inappropriate. You'd think with all that money, Elon could have invested in better birth control instead of subjecting a child to this name, she quipped, causing gasps from several audience members. The producers, realizing things had gone too far, frantically tried to cut to commercial, but the damage was already done. Within minutes, clips of the segment exploded across the internet. Parents across America were disgusted that grown women with massive platforms would target a preschooler for cheap laughs. Twitter was flooded with calls for boycotts as viewers expressed their horror at the mean girl behavior from women old enough to know better. One comment in particular captured the sheer stupidity of what the View hosts had done.
Okay? Okay?
Oh.
Anywho, he took little X.
Yes, Whoopi picked that name for herself. She's actually Karen Elaine Johnson.
Funny. A little Instagram.
He doesn't own Instagram.
He doesn't own Instagram.
Insulting the beloved 4-year-old son of a notoriously litigious billionaire worth $400 billion is probably the most monumentally stupid move ever made. The post racked up over 500,000 likes in just 3 hours. Behind the scenes, ABC executives were panicking. Emergency phone calls flew back and forth between network headquarters and The View's production office. Sources close to the situation described absolute chaos as lawyers were called in to assess the potential damage. Meanwhile, Elon Musk was quietly watching the fallout, his phone lighting up with messages from outraged supporters. When Musk finally broke his silence, his response was devastating in its simplicity. "Attacking a child for his name reveals more about their character than mine," he posted, before adding that outright bullies shouldn't be given platforms to normalize cruelty toward children. The post garnered millions of interactions within hours. Those millions of interactions were just the first tremors before the earthquake hit.
He just took little X with him to a press conference in the Oval Office.
Should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents gave him. You know what? X is an adorable name, and perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi.
While most celebrities would have been satisfied with a public apology, Elon Musk went nuclear, reportedly filing a massive defamation lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar for deliberately targeting his minor son. This wasn't just another celebrity squabble. This was an unprecedented legal bloodbath that would change the rules of celebrity privilege forever. ABC executives quickly found themselves living their worst nightmare. Major advertisers began jumping ship faster than rats from a sinking vessel, reconsidering their partnerships with The View as number cancel. The View trended nationwide. The public outcry was deafening. Viewers who had watched for years were now turning their backs on the show in droves. The moment Whoopi finally faced the judge will go down in television history. Witnesses in the courtroom described a transformation nobody expected. Whoopi's demeanor visibly shifted from arrogant to terrified as the reality of her legal situation sank in.
Okay.
Now to more wacky antics from our friends on the left.
What should I do?
Save America.
And?
Help Trump.
That's what he said. I hope Elon Musk considers some legal action, because that sounded like he was inciting violence.
The woman who had confidently mocked a child on national television suddenly looked small and vulnerable as she faced real consequences for her actions. You could hear a pin drop when the judge delivered a blistering statement about the reprehensible targeting of a minor child before announcing Whoopi's punishment. This wasn't Hollywood where celebrities get special treatment. This was a courtroom where fame means nothing. Behind the scenes, ABC entered full crisis mode. Emergency meetings were called as ratings plummeted, and network executives scrambled desperately to save their sinking ship. Reports emerged of panic about the very survival of one of their flagship programs as viewers abandoned the show in unprecedented numbers. Musk's response was calculated and devastating. He didn't just fight back on social media. He used his massive influence to pressure advertisers and expose what he termed the show's scripted agendas. This wasn't just about defending his son anymore. It was about taking down a system that had protected certain celebrities for far too long. The fallout from this scandal has sent shockwaves across the entertainment industry that will be felt for years to come. ABC News President Kim Godwin's decision to suspend Whoopi for 2 weeks proves just how serious this situation has become. The network is scrambling to contain the damage, but the truth is crystal clear. This controversy has permanently stained Whoopi's once untouchable reputation. Industry insiders are now drawing direct comparisons between Whoopi's meltdown and other celebrity careers that were destroyed by similar controversies. The difference? Most of those celebrities didn't pick fights with the world's richest man over his innocent child. This isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's a career-ending catastrophe that has exposed the dark side of daytime television. As Whoopi faces the consequences of her actions, one thing is certain. The days when powerful TV hosts could attack anyone without consequences are over. Elon Musk has reset the rules of engagement in Hollywood, and Whoopi Goldberg is learning that lesson the hard way.